Ah, can't wait to see what we
This game will feel awful.
And you still have the DK against Invoker, so you know Laurel is not gonna have the greatest game. We have a Slark coming out for the Rad Show.
His items, you put a Slark into the game, you're dewarding every ward.
If we're gonna have a game of 3, and if TeamSpirit can do it with this ClinkZ. Before we see that game though, let's hear some words from the coach.
Thank you for the throw. Game number 2 between TeamSpirit and Tundra. Tundra with a 1-game lead in this best of 3 of the lower bracket semifinals. Winner will face off against Falcons tomorrow in the lower bracket finals. And the winner of that will face off Cinderin against the ultimate boss in, believe it or not, Team Liquid. They've come full circle.
Yep. It feels like Dota goes through these waves among the top teams where it's just it's a matter of time before it's Liquid's turn again, you know, to be in a finals, and it's been long enough. They've got it figured out in this tournament. Ooh, nice little share there from Laurel. And yeah, Liquid, I mean, you look across the tournament and how they've played, I think it just makes complete sense that they're there. Like, I've been very impressed with them. And I think anybody going up against them, it's still one of those situations where no matter who Liquid face, I don't really know if I would consider them big favorites, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. But definitely still, you know, when you're the team coming from the upper bracket finals, you're generally considered the favorite to win the whole thing. But the top is tight in Pro Dota. Anyone can beat anyone.
Yep, as we're going to see the Burrow Strike into a Sunstrike onto YATORO. BZM with the first blood. It's the BZM show already, Cinderin.
Yeah, and if the Sand King plus Night Stalker worked out last game against Jakiro Gyro,
I forgot.
It will definitely work out better against YATORO ClinkZ, because that is just flat out a worse lane against the type of lane that they're playing here.
Yeah.
There's less burst damage, there's more controlled pulling here for the Night Stalker and Sand King when they don't have to worry about a homing missile, they don't have to worry about flat cannon pushing. And Pushka will actually interfere with both range creeps, so nice side pull here from him. And that is, by the way, the big difference between last game and this one. He didn't block big here. But this time he's not with Gyro, so what gives? I wonder.
I wonder as well. You should go find out after this game.
Yeah.
So this is going to be the lane with the most action for sure. All right, what do you think about ClinkZ in general right now as he's going to steal some farm here? I agree with the panel. It does feel a bit risky, but we've seen this at times take off, and it feels really strong, but other times it feels like a hit or a miss, is what I'm trying to say.
I have a hard time placing this hero in terms of like overall strength, but what I will say with confidence is that CLinkz is worst when played against good vision. That's my biggest concern here for Raddan, is he's playing against Slark Night Stalker. A big benefit of CLinkz is his ability to get a surprise jump on the back line and then snowball the fight from there. But if Tundra have sentries in the areas that they're controlling, they will have that night vision. CLinkz does not deal very well with getting jumped either.
Yeah.
So a couple of issues there with the inevitable Blink Burrow Strike Sunstrike combination with a Slark Pounce. Even Night Stalker getting on top of you with Crippling Fear, despite not blinding anymore, it's still going to be annoying for Raddan to deal with.
Yeah, and on the other side, Dyrachyo will be playing Slark, who loves to play against tanky heroes, and there's two of them in this game, in the Centaur and the Dragon Knight.
Yep.
We get those stacks of Essence Shift.
Oh, he's on to Rue.
Off to start. There's the Hoof Stomp to stop them in their tracks, and now the Fatal Bonds from Whitemon. Very, very annoying.
Big damage here. A lot of agi on the Slark right now. Free CSing. Now in the mid lane, Laurel is having a much, much better game than game one.
Yeah, it's not the BZM show in specifically the mid lane, just the game in general.
It's good for him that he got the first blood with that Sunstrike, because he's actually getting bodied mid despite having first blood. 23 and 12 to the 10 and 4. Get some help though from Saksa, but Miposhka here to turn it back around. And is this really helping? Probably not.
Well, he tanked a lot of spells and mana was consumed, so maybe BZM will get some space as a result, Cinderin.
But if he hadn't gone here on Night Stalker, Jakiro wouldn't have either. So.
Yes, it's chicken and the egg type of situation. Ooh, very close.
Is that going to be a kill?
200.
I actually would have. 250 pure.
Yep, there you go. Collapse playing, of course, the best offlane in the business. Centaur has the double bracer.
Oh, big damage here.
Dyrachyo has to pounce away, but the tree line is not going to be his friend. Rue gets the last hit. Very good as the mid lane now. BZM getting drawn into a horrific fight. Miposhka is going to be traded by Sox, who eventually shows up. A very rare Day Stalker kill, if I do say so.
He also wasn't the one getting the kill, it was the wave. But he did throw a blood grenade, which is kind of cool.
He assisted in a kill, which is rare in the day. Yeah, this mid lane is a pretty big disaster right now for the Tundra side. It'll be the typical build for BZM in the Midas, so we'll see if that's going to be enough for him to catch up. I mean, the question is, does Spirit have the tools to pressure him in the earlier stages of the game, or will they give him space? Do have the Centaur who's going to want to go blink at some point. The Dragon Knight as well, potentially. And Saksa, he's going to be food. Laurel showing off that dragon form, and the Breathe Fire will connect.
I think Spirit's lineup as a whole can be extremely oppressive if they get the ball rolling. As much as I talk about the vision from Tundra, if the heroes from the Radiant are playing ahead, all of a sudden you're the one who has Bounty Hunter finding kills, setting up tracks. You have tons of follow through with 2 blink stuns. You would imagine both Dragon Knight and Centaur will get that. A lot of follow up from the support position 5. This is one of the highest damage supports in Dota right now, the Jakiro. So yeah, if this trajectory overall continues, with in particular BZM being absolutely crushed in lane, you easily see Spirit just run from one objective to the next and try to play super fast. Interesting as well, Collapse in this game on the Centaur will be rushing the Blade Mail. This amplifies your farming speed because you're largely relying on enemies hitting you to farm the creeps faster, so Blade Mail just improves that for you. And on top of that, of course, it is one of the items against Invoker and Sand King, because they do so much uncontrollable damage. Yeah.
33.
Speaking of Sand King, he is trying to cut
very dead boy
his way back to his own base. Successfully.
He does that very well.
Dyrachyo.
It gets the pounce off onto Collapse. Collapse is going to be A-okay. Is this the pounce facet? Yes.
Yep. I feel like Slark chooses that basically every time.
I actually don't even remember what the other one is. Do you remember?
I actually don't.
Yeah, go look it up.
I looked at it very recently, though.
You can do it.
Oh yeah, it's the one where Barracuda lingers a little bit.
Oh, yeah.
And then you give enemies minus armor under Barracuda.
Laurel gonna try to finish off the tower. 33 trying to bait him in. Epicenter. Tornado's gonna set him up. A lot of the Epicenter's pulses do not hit as Whitemon comes to play as well. The Meteor is gonna be dodged, and now the Stampede to get away successfully. And guess who shows up? YATORO with a damage rune. Down goes Whitemon. Tundra's early game, kind of a disaster right now.
Yeah, the mid tower's gonna fall as well. It needs 3 attacks from the CLinkz. I'd even just do it with tar bombs alone. Nope, he will walk in and shoot. Okay, do you want to finish it?
Open? Okay. Yep, not so good for Tundra.
Cool to see a hero that buys Desto, though, wouldn't you say?
True, it's been a while.
I haven't seen too many of them
Not
this
even
tournament.
PAs will buy it right now.
Wow.
Soxa gonna get surrounded in the day, and you know what that means. Will not be assisting in a kill other than his own death. 33 gonna take out some stacks, barely stacks with the Sandstorm.
Rue's happy to leech here.
Yep, I don't think he gets 6 off of this, but
No.
getting very close.
Gives him about a third of a level. Just being nearby, learning a lot from this. Of course, experience comes in many forms. Watching other people do the work is also an experience.
Yeah, that's how I hang my hat every day.
Yep.
Excenderant. So Blade Mill officially picked up by Collapse. Of course, this is the facet that everybody goes for. The Counter-Strike facet basically doesn't exist, unfortunately, even though the name is amazing. Maybe if they add a 2 at the end, it'll hype it up a bit more.
Yeah, but as we know, Valve doesn't work on Counter-Strike, so it'll be a long time until they change that one.
You get the Counter-Strike 2 facet, and you get Subtick just for you.
If they change, if they give Centaur a third facet called Subtick. That would be funny. Bottom tower.
Yes.
Well, they'll glyph it. I'm buying some time here, but in an uncharacteristic development, Whitemon having a tough game on Warlock. That's actually, we haven't really even got to talk about him much. Usually at this point, he's dropped the Golem, and he's won a team fight, and he's taken a tower.
That's a lot in 10 minutes.
He's level 5. Well, I feel like more often than not, Whitemon's level 8 here. Not even exaggerating. Like the Warlock games of Whitemon have been outstanding, but not this time.
Doesn't he have Grimoire?
He does. He has 1 charge on it.
That's not very much.
That's what I'm saying.
Soxa. Oh, they're going to get the Sunstrike opening. Oh. Yes. YATORO is dead. Tundra desperately needed that.
It's a big kill.
And Spirit will get away with everybody else. They still have the lead right now. I mean, the pacing feels very good for Spirit.
It's big for them to open up the towers because it allows the Bounty Hunter and the CLinkz to start hunting way more around the map if you open those pathways without losing your own. And of course, both their bottom and their mid tower looks very, very healthy here. All 3 towers of Spirit are over 75%, even 80% health. So work to be done there on Tundra's side. Their lineup also sucks at pushing, right?
Yeah, Rue's going to set this up. Laurel's going to Dragon Tail. 33 burns. And now, level 6 online for Rue.
For tracks to start rolling out.
Oh, BZM. And Soxa show up.
They might go on Soxa? Question mark? They were starting to get mana on the Dragon Knight with the draft here, but...
The draft?
The draft. Not the mana draft. I've had this conversation before. You called it the drought.
Yeah,
whatever.
It's NA education. We don't have a Department of Education anymore, so...
Oh.
It's retroactive, by the way. It makes everything Collapse in the triangle. Whitemon does have the Chaotic Offering. Soxa to the south. And here comes 33 as well. They're going to get the silence to start things out. Whitemon trying to save that Golem. He's going to use it. They need to get everything they can get.
They're killing mid, though.
Yeah, BZM is traded out. Not great for Tundra. Very good for Spirit.
It kind of sucks for Whitemon that he felt like he had to Golem that, but I think he was right to do it. Otherwise, he's going to stick Stampede out on the Centaur.
Yeah.
So they had to use that, but they can't really push this mid tower. As a matter of fact, the Golem might actually just get killed here if it tries to. If 3 heroes nearby for Spirit. He'll send it around, try to cut the next wave. Maybe they'll kill it on the way. Don't know? No. It's chilling. The bear Golem. Cutting next wave.
Oh, is it the bear golem? That's a good one.
Oh, it will not be successful in cutting the next wave.
What's better, the bear golem or the gorilla? They're both S tier. The genie is also pretty damn good. I still have just a soft spot for the gorilla, personally.
Yep. You also have a cat called Monkey.
That's right. I love apes. 33. That's why I'm friends with you, Cinderent Root, and collapse. On to 33. Stampede didn't feel necessary at all, but
it sounds good though.
It does. It's very satisfying to use.
Yeah, I'm not really sure what the mindset was behind stampeding there, actually. I don't think they needed the damage, and they definitely didn't need the movement. But bottom lane, Tundra trying to put some pressure on the other side.
Yep,
but that's going to cost them.
Track kill, and Spirit with a 3K lead now. And they're setting up for Tormentor in the next minute 20. Still have the tier 1 very healthy, too. How important would you say... Wait, it's going to be on the opposite side, isn't it?
Yeah.
Take back everything I just said.
How important do I think what is? Being right when you make statements?
In a normal
it's pretty
scenario,
important.
in a normal scenario, when it's bottom,
yeah, it is
tower being up. Oh, 33.
Nice. How important is it the tower's up?
Like, how big of a difference does that make?
Depends if you're turning it into a team fight, then having buyback TPs can be big, right? If teams are already TPing there to fight it out, then I guess the tower has already been spent, right? I don't know. It's definitely something you pay attention to. It's a pattern in this tournament that teams are taking this tier 1 to get it, so obviously it does definitely matter. But I don't think it's like a must to take the tower first. If you have a good lineup for taking Tormentor and you have a read on the map and the enemy team isn't nearby, I think you can take it even with the bot tier 1 up. Saksa, he's in trouble. Raddan hits stupid hard with this Deso.
Yep, that's gonna hurt. And another track kill onto Whitemon. 2 dead for Tundra already. 33 is gonna show up. And Rue gonna sidestep the tornado. It feels like Tundra can't get anything to work together right now. Just waiting for that Cataclysm Cinderella. That's all they need.
This is kind of what happens a lot of the time if you pick this greedy. We didn't talk about that too much, but Slark needs a lot of time. Invoker needs time. He can contribute a little bit with a Sunstrike here and there, but ultimately he's very much relying on his teammates to do the brunt of the work this early on. Slark went Midas. Like, he's in the jungle. Racho cannot make moves at all.
Yep,
right
he will be AFK for a little bit. Meanwhile, YATORO, with that Deso, with that Shard, has the Burning Barrage, prioritizing that. Going to be very strong. And now TeamSpirit are going to group up for this eventual Tormentor, Dyrachyo. 33 is going to miss his burrow strike. He's going to get Dragon Tail. Saksa getting a nice silence. Is only on the 1. Chaotic Offering comes out. 33 though, he ticks away already. Saksa is going to be next. That Fatal Bonds might have been a turning point, but a little bit too far behind now. And Spirit will get a free Tormentor.
It really is fascinating how a lot of these games in the tournament are going. Like on a meta level. How we look at things and there's certain things we expect or certain things we predict to play a pretty big role, but honestly, a lot of the games are just kind of stompy by nature. Whether or not the ideas of the teams, I think that's one of the tricky things for the teams as well is...
Oh boy.
Yeah, see you later, BZM.
This is scary when you have a bounty hunter on the team.
Because I think if you ask Tundra before this game, I don't think they feel massively outpicked, you know?
Ooh, Dyrachyo does get off his ult.
He'll be okay.
And back to the jungle.
But there's just a lot of games where we either, you know, slightly like a draft or another, or even very much like a draft, and then certain aspects of the game just snowball out of control very, very quickly.
Yeah.
And I can't say for a fact whether this is a symptom of the patch itself or just the teams still being, you know, it's still new in the grand scheme of things. There's a lot of things being discovered and developed. But definitely, compared to the quality of the teams, like how strong they usually are relative to each other, a lot of the games of the tournament have been, I think it's fair to say, very one-sided.
Yeah.
These are not two teams that I would expect to deliver stomp into next team stomping, you know, back to back.
Yeah. TeamSpirit with firm control of this game. They get the tier 2 mid. Question, when is time for Roche? Gotta get it before that Cataclysm Center. That's the turning point.
Yeah, I mean, they definitely do have good heroes to Roche with. When you have Clinks with Deso and a Green Dragon Knight, that damage, the physical, is overwhelming. What do you think is going to happen to Dragon Knight in the C patch? Do you think he's going to get nerfed on the Green Dragon?
I think the Red Dragon will... I mean, maybe slight nerf.
Do you think they're buffing the red one again?
Yeah, I think they buff the red one slightly.
Oh, man.
And then they'll nerf the green one slightly, just barely.
Okay, and the blue one stays as it is.
The blue one, I mean, they have been picking it, but maybe it gets slightly touched.
Okay, gets the burrow. That is...
Burrow into that, but the chaotic offering comes out from the other side. Stampede to disengage entirely. Breathe Fire consumes 33. And now the reset successful for Spirit.
And this is a lot of spells from Tundra already used.
Not gonna hit. What's going on to Laurel, but the 4 staffs are there. Sunstrike. Boom! But Laurel not gonna die quite yet. Has to be careful with the Fatal Bonds. Will TP back to base. They find Sox on the sideline. And that'll be that.
There was some glimmers there of what Tundra's lineup is capable of doing. But unfortunately, Slark...
Did he not have Ags? I'm confused.
Slark hits like a wet noodle. So he does have Ags and Invoker. He just... There wasn't a good Cataclysm opportunity there.
But he Sunstruck.
Yeah, he went for a Sunstrike instead.
Okay.
If he Cataclysm there, he doesn't kill anyone. They were all running.
Yeah.
Just gonna miss.
Yeah.
But, yeah, Slark is a very risky pick at this level of Dota. Even if you do well in lane, you need to have a way of bridging the gap.
Oh my goodness. Oh my. Down goes Whitemon. There is the Cataclysm, but it's dodged by Raddan because there's no stun setup. 33 though. Epicenter Burrow Strike up to 2. Do they have the damage? Collapse is going to go in casually with a hoof stomp. 33 in the cover of his Sandstorm. Will eventually Burrow and... Surely he's dead here.
Yep.
Yes. This is a stomp.
It is. Centaur did indeed do that.
It's a stomp in more ways than one.
Meatball.
Collapse is going to eat up that meatball.
Slark has even bought Shard here, right? So he spent 1,400 of his gold on the Depth Shroud there. It did keep 33 alive for a long time, but it just means your hero, furthermore, doesn't... Like, he's just scaling so slowly.
Yeah. Lara, ooh.
Reaction. Gets out. And gets the friendly shadow from Rue. Really strong for DK.
Oh, whoa, whoa, whoa there, young man. Slow down.
Money.
16 charges on Deso already at 20 minutes. That's pretty... That is absurd.
Yeah. Oh, Whitemon.
He is dead again. Does he still have Grimoire? No,
he does not.
Consumed it already.
I think this is possibly Whitemon's worst game of the entire tournament. But I can't say in good faith that it's because he's playing worse than he usually does. It's just, in playing Warlocks in games like this is just so miserable, man. Yeah. Like, if your team can't structure team fights because your carry can't do much and you've lost some lanes, you're effectively walking around hoping at some point you're just dreaming about the Fatal Bonds fight, and if you never get it, you're just there. So, 1-4-0 on him. He's had... I think it's unfair to say that he's maybe had the highest average performance out of any player in the entire tournament. I think he hasn't... He's just played almost stellar games.
Oh, that's hard. That's really hard.
I think he's played really, really well, at least. Every game I've watched, Whitemon has always been on the ball. Whether they win or lose the games, I've never been like, man, Whitemon just didn't do it for me this game.
Yeah, that's fair. He has been playing a lot of Tinker, but then again, he's been playing Ringmaster, which basically nobody else is touching.
His Ringmaster games, win or lose, he also played great. I don't know.
Especially that cycle play was S tier.
Here goes Roche. Shannon, I do believe we actually missed an important moment. Before Laurel killed Whitemon, the score was 20-4.
I'm so sorry.
And...
yeah, that's our bad, guys.
Yeah.
Our bad. If you could kindly create a hate thread on Reddit for us.
Yeah.
Just to show us how you really feel. That is actually unforgivable. The reverse 420 was lost in history here. Pretty much the only thing we're looking forward to is Spirit.
Looking forward to more meme numbers.
As Spirit
Here comes Doraccio.
just manhandling Tundra right now.
He did not connect the pounce. He is.
He's gonna get a stop.
Gotta
There's
force
the
them, though.
initiation. Cataclysm gonna be completely avoided along with the chaotic offering. They are just disengaging left, right, and center. Soxa dead. Tundra just not looking together in this game number 2.
It's hard to hit Cataclysm if the heroes aren't stunned when you have Stampede. They just need to move for half a second and they're out of there.
Yeah.
I don't think the Cataclysm has hit a hero yet, actually.
That is possibly true.
So that's not great. 33. Will avoid certain death. Will the base tower do the same? Here comes Spirit.
Onto the high ground. What can Tundra do? Epicenter is up. Tower's already gonna drop. This was quick. Got that Deso with 18 charges now, as there's a hoof stomp from Collapse. And that was a Sand King. No longer. Does have buyback though on 33. You can get the range racks uncontested, and oh, that's a big fatal bonds. They do have to respect that. He doesn't have his ult, so, you know.
They can wait for it to fall off.
80 seconds.
Just outlast it.
And Doraccio has Ags now, so it's going to give him a lot more mobility. Second fortification used. Another big fatal bonds, but they will have to concede that. There's still tier 2s in both other lanes, so either way, Spirit have to reset completely. Oh, all right. There's pounce number 1, pounce number 2, but the Hurricane Pike and Collapse is gonna just stand by his carry. Make sure he's okay, little guy. Maybe at some point he'll get the Warhorse.
Raddan doesn't even necessarily need the... He has very good mana regen with this build of his. So between the Falcon Blade and the Orchid, he doesn't even need the reset that he was TPing for. I think maybe he was just trying to maximize a little bit of farm or whatever, but stopping that TP is largely irrelevant because now Spirit are just going to make an aggressive move instead of sending him back.
Yep.
See you later, 33. You already blinked into the camp.
Hoof stomp, double edge, dragon tail. Doraccio is watching, learning, dark pacting, shadow dancing, surrounded, ice path missing, dual breath connecting, silence inside of him. He has perished.
And in classic Tundra fashion for this tournament in some of their games, oh, not going to connect that one, they will be playing the split push game. There's been a couple of Tundra games that went like this, the early laning stage failing, and then the early mid game as well, being almost impossible for them to get a grip on the game. We'll resort to splitting off and dying.
YATORO, another kill. 24 charges on Jedesaleta.
He's so rich.
Yeah, it's because he won 2 TIs.
Oh. Imagine if it was snowballing in Dota as well. The more you win, the stronger your heroes are. That would be very great.
Yep, you should be a game designer.
Yep.
Tormentor.
I believe that's called win to win.
Yeah.
System.
Oh, that's a nice shard to get for free. That's something you would certainly want to buy at some point.
Yep.
And look at that. Collapse. Going to be finishing off Shiva's, and then the workhorse will be with us, ladies and gentlemen. Don't think it's going to get to that point, though. Just throwing out a little prediction.
Yeah.
Game might be over before then. It actually is a really good game for it, though. Onto the CLinkz is 33. Oh, the Congregation of the Deep will be activated. Another death for 33.
Wait, did Tar Bomb just do damage through Ghost Scepter?
I did
Maybe
not...
it ran out at the exact same time. It looked like he killed him with Tar Bomb, but anyway.
Aegis no longer.
Oh wait, the impact damage is magical, or what?
Oh, is it mixed?
And the bonus damage is physical. That's what it is.
I only look at the top to say physical in red.
Yeah, but then the impact damage is in blue.
Wow.
And the bonus damage is in red.
Wow. And the Dragon Knight is green. It's RGB all over again. The rainbow.
So are Raddan's shots.
Roy G. Biv.
Every color in his attack projectiles, but, well...
All right, we have one issue in this game. You can see on the top left, there are 4 heroes with glowy coins coming out of them. That means they're on a killing streak. Collapse is not one of them.
That's
Get
right.
your shit together.
We have another issue in this game as well. Tundra have a hero without an assist.
And who would that be?
Who could it possibly... Give me your best prediction.
I would say Warlock.
No, he has 1 kill.
Damn it.
Well, he also has no assist, so you're technically right.
Thank God.
But we have a hero with 0 KDA.
It would be Night Stalker.
That is indeed Slark.
Close. It was a nighttime.
He has yet to be involved in a kill in a 30-minute game.
That is... Yep. That makes sense.
Truly a phenomenal last pick coming out here. All the info available to Tundra. This plan did just not
pounces.
work. Uh-oh.
Another one soon.
They're chasing.
Laurel, Stampede, Dark Pack, pounce. Whoa, he pops the ult. He runs away. Still no kills, still no assist, still nothing.
Clutch Midas,
from
though.
Duracho.
Midas on the way out.
That's fucking hype, Cinderin.
Amazing maxing from the Slark here.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah, baby.
27-4, TeamSpirit. Want to take this to a game 3. But how fast do they want to do it, Cinder? How long do we have to cast this game before game 3 begins? Can Tundra do anything? Is there any hope? What is the percentage for Dota Plus? Is it 2%? Is it more?
It's 8.
8%? Bullshit! Who is coding this? This is definitely not correct.
Oh, you never know when you hit a fat Fatal Bonds Cataclysm combo and kill the entire enemy team.
All right.
And you never know when
their
Slark...
massive amount of stuns.
You never know when Slark attacks a hero. It could happen in the next 10 minutes. He might just attack someone.
Who has the lowest damage on Tundra this game?
If I had to guess, I would say Slark.
You think so?
Actually, maybe not. Maybe he has
it's going up in the ranks now. And that's going to be a kill onto Maposhka. Duracho on the board, ladies and gentlemen. Raddan is going to be spotted. Tornado going to clip 2. Actually 3 if you count Rue. That rhymed for some reason. That's how English works, it seems. Rude's going to be able to force down to the low ground. Soxa getting beat down by Laurel. Not able to finish the job, though.
He's got a lot of
take
stacks
out
on
33.
40
White
stacks.
Mon
40
dies
stacks. Hold your
again.
horses, Shannon. 40 stacks.
Duracho
40.
has 40 stacks.
40. Please do not use them to go back to base.
And
You must force a fight now. This is your one chance to be useful as a hero. Do not waste it away.
He is using it to farm Ancients.
He's farming them faster than ever.
The enemy is smoked. They know that he is a greedy boy. Collapse. Gonna lead the way. There's the Dragon Tail. Into the hoof stop. Do they have the damage? Of course they do. Because they're up 24 fucking thousand gold. Get this shit over with. Get to game 3. It's 30-5 for God's sake. Jesus H. End it. We all know what's gonna happen, Cinderin. Let's not pretend.
I don't know.
There's an ice wall. Can they overcome the ice wall? Will it ever happen? No. He just attacks from global range and takes out the tower. 33 with the epicenter, ready to go. Not ready to go because Slark is not up. Tornado, gonna clip 1. There's the buyback. 33, epicenter, still not gonna be activated. BKB run away. Tundra have defended by purchasing a buyback onto Slark.
Now, unfortunately, when you buy back Shannon, you lose all your stacks.
That's true. Collapse, not able to get the hoof stomp. Has the Shivas. As Duracho's gonna get some stacks off. Uses the shard to keep some cover, but they're gonna go on to 33. He's dead. Has buyback. That was Duracho, no longer. Soxa, you are dead. That's 2 down for Tundra. 5 versus 3. 31,000 net worth lead at 32 minutes with a 33-5 lead. And more buildings will be destroyed. 33 into the cataclysm. Still something is hit.
Everything missed.
Absolutely nothing. And the GG's finally come out. 4,200 gold down the drain on the Invoker. Literally 0 heroes hit because they have no stuns on this team, it seems. And that's game number 2.
And they say good game, but did they mean it?